In today's video, I'm going to show you how one training aid helped my swing go from this to this in just 5 days. You might only be able to see a couple of subtle differences in the swing, but the numbers say different. I'm swinging the club faster, I'm striking the ball better, and that has resulted in 12 yards of extra distance with an 8-iron. Let me rewind back to the start of the week and take you through this journey of discovery. Let's get into it. I know how ugly my swing looks, but it's so easy to neglect working on your swing when you feel like you're playing okay. But the fact of the matter is, tour pros literally work on their swing just before they head out onto the course at tour events. You see them on the driving range working on drills and working with training aids. Why do we amateurs think we can just turn up to the driving range, hit a few balls and get better at golf? If tour pros are using training aids, so should we. So I spent hours on Amazon trying to find the perfect training aid for me. As you can see from my swing, I'm lacking a lot of width. As soon as I get to the top, my swing just seems to fall apart. And I think I found the perfect training aid to help me fix this. It's a swing trainer, very similar to that used by Dan Frost from Shore Golf, and he has a lot of tour pros using a very similar device to this. Pros like Eduardo Molinari use very similar training aids to this. It's a really simple device to use. You set the trainer up so the rubber ball meets your left shoulder, and you rotate to the top of your swing. And the idea is that this training aid helps you maintain the correct form at the top of the swing, which is exactly what I need. On top of that, if your grip needs work, it comes with a grip trainer. Now, if your swing isn't great, like mine isn't, then this will feel a little tricky to start with. When I first started using the trainer, it felt really disorientating. My natural swing didn't want to set the rubber ball into my left shoulder properly. So to begin with, I just worked on my takeaway. And by doing that, it helped me get my hands in a better position to start my backswing. Once I got used to that move, I was able to move on to rotating to the top of my swing. This move of rotating to the top honestly felt like a workout. I was sweating buckets. It was obvious that my body had never been in these positions before. Once I figured out how to use the training aid, it was time to get to work. I found the best way to use the training aid was in a set system. First things first, I'd use the training aid for 3 to 4 swings, making sure I'm feeling what I'm supposed to be feeling and I'm in the positions I'm supposed to be in. Next, I try and recreate those feelings and positions with a club in hand. When I'm working on my golf swing, I like to use a mid-iron and I've got an 8-iron in hand. Once I'd rehearsed this swing a few times with a club in hand, I'd go into hitting a couple of shots. My focus during these couple of shots is still on how the swing feels. Am I in the right position? Am I feeling what I'm supposed to be feeling? I'm not worried too much here. If I hit a bad shot, I'm always going to hit bad shots when I'm learning something new. But the final piece to the set system is arguably the most important. I simulate an on-course shot. This is where I go through my whole routine as I would on the golf course. I stand behind the golf ball, I walk up to it just like I would out on a real golf course, and I hit my shot, trying not to think about the feelings and positions. This final step helps ingrain the feelings into your subconscious. By adding it into your normal shot routine, it will start to become second nature to you. And that's it. Hopefully, that's the set system that's going to allow me to ingrain this new move into my swing in less than a week. So day 1 was all about learning how to use the training aid and how I was going to use it to implement the new swing change. Days 2 to 5 are all about the hard work. They say it takes 1,000 shots before a movement or a feeling becomes subconscious, and that's quite a lot of shots in less than a week. I'm not sure I'll get through all 1,000 shots in the next few days, but I'll definitely give it a go. And hopefully by the end of this week, I'll have a swing that looks much more like Rory McIlroy's. I have spent the last 4 days working through my set routine and working with the swing trainer, and I think I'm finally starting to see some good results. We all know that performance tends to drop off before it gets better, especially when you're working on such a big swing change, and this process has been no different for me. I've definitely had my struggles, but I think I'm starting to come out the other side with a better swing. I'm not too sure my swing actually looks that much different, but I'm definitely seeing an increase in performance. I think it'll be interesting when I show you guys the difference in the swing. I don't know if we're going to see a huge amount of difference, but I'm really excited to show you how much more performance I've gained just from using this swing trainer. Anyway, that's a summary of how I'm feeling after day 4. Tomorrow is the final day of working on this new swing. I'm not going to make it to 1,000 shots this week, unfortunately, but I am just over 600, and by the end of today, I'm hoping to get to around 750, which I actually think is a pretty decent effort, and I've trained pretty religiously throughout this week. I've got one last push today, and then we can compare what my swing looks like, and more importantly, how much performance I've gained. I actually feel like I've gained quite a lot of distance. I don't know exactly how much yet, but feels like I've gained quite a lot. Like that, 87 mile an hour with an 8-iron, 115 ball speed. That's carried 166 yards. That's loads. Anyway, one last push, try and hit as many shots as I can today, and then I'll get back to you with the results at the end of the video. Right, let's see how much of an effect this swing trainer has had on my swing in just 1 week. I'm going to let you guys be the judge of that. On the left is what my swing looked like at the start of the week. And on the right hand side, this is what my swing looks like today. This is from the front, and this is what the two swings look like from behind. I'm really surprised I'm not actually seeing a bigger difference in the two swings because they feel really, really different. Maybe I haven't actually hit enough shots for the swing to actually look any different. But like I said, the swing does actually feel different and the performance has definitely changed. I've been hitting an 8-iron all week, and at the start of the week, I was carrying that 8-iron maybe around 155 to 158 yards. Well, by the end of the week, I've gained almost a full club in distance. Today, my 8-iron was carrying at least 165 yards. I was even seeing some carries which were more than 170 yards. And I'm honestly blown away by these results, especially considering that the swing doesn't even look that different. My swing speed has increased and my ball striking has got better. And I don't actually feel like I've put a huge amount of effort in. I know I've hit quite a lot of golf shots this week and have been very determined and sort of religious with the training. But I honestly wasn't expecting such a huge performance difference or performance gain from just, 750 shots in 1 week? I think this little set system that I put together has really helped sort of train this new feeling in. I think I was able to get a lot of quality training out of maybe not a huge amount of quantity. I especially think that hitting those sort of on-course simulation shots where I reenact what I actually do on the golf course, that has really helped me sort of put this feeling into place. I think that that little addition has really helped accelerate how quickly I've seen these gains. It just goes to show, if you're training properly and you're training hard, you can really see some really good gains with the correct tools. Guys, if you want to give this training aid a go, head down into the description. In there, you'll find a link to the Shore Golf website. On the website, you'll see a lot more information about the product and other products that they have. And if you like the sound of it, you can obviously buy one. I'm not affiliated with this company at all, but I would recommend giving this training aid a go. If you've made it this far into the video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm a small channel trying to grow and trying to help mid-handicappers like myself get better at golf, and I'm trying to put videos out every single week. So if you've liked this one, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next week for another video.